All right, we had an interruption there, some technical difficulties with Zencaster, but we're back. What I was going to say was, I remember when Steve and I went to go see Scott Pilgrim, and that scene where Matthew Patel shows up and flying in out of nowhere, and I looked over at Steve, literally like his jaw dropped, his eyes were huge. He's like, "What the fuck is happening?" Because all of a sudden they started fighting in this awesome martial arts, and it was so gratifying to see Steve react that way just because he had no idea. And I mean, I didn't either. I'd never seen the movie, so I didn't know how that scene was going to play or if that scene was going to play.
Yeah.
I didn't have the comic memorized at that point. I hadn't read it recently.
When he explodes and just turns into coins, and then he just bends over. He's like, "Sweet coins!" Picks it up. He's like, "Man, this is not even enough to take the bus home or something."
Right.
I was like, "Okay, I guess people are turning into coins in this movie." I was like, "All right."
It's very video gamey, but yeah, I just remember that whole fight scene though. You were just like, "What is happening?" This was like some little romantic love story.
I didn't notice the first time we saw it, but I noticed this time the fight took place in like a battle of the bands, and but there's he conjures up these vampire girls to fight Scott, and they throw fireballs at him and miss and just take out the other band that was playing. Like totally disintegrates these people. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then when Wallace yells fight, I was like, this is the greatest thing ever.
It is so unexpected the first time you watch it, because it is just like this low-key independent dorky love story, and then all of a sudden people are doing full-on kung fu fighting, and you're just like, huh? And I think some people did. I remember I had a coworker at the time, and he was into comics. I don't think he was really into indie comics, but he was just like, I didn't like it. It's like, how could you not like that? That was such a great so fun.
Hold on, I gotta shut the door.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was my garage.
So Rob, what did you think of the comic in comparison?
I thought it was just as good. I enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah. I mean, I had obviously seen the movie several times, but
yeah.
Dude, the action was fantastic. The story was great, and it was funny as fuck. Like, I don't remember laughing that much at a movie in so long. Like, genuine laughter, you know?
Yeah.
It was, everything just flowed. It was my kind of comedy. Dude.
All right, so check out this cast. Michael Cera, Mary Elizabeth Winstead, Chris Evans, Kira Culkin, Brie Larson, Aubrey Plaza, Jason Schwartzman, Brandon Ruth, Anna Kendrick. I mean, dude, those are like all those actors and actresses are like big time now.
Yep.
And that was just some of them. Yeah.
And it's a great soundtrack that I listened to on Spotify. I've always enjoyed it. It's got great songs. Edgar Wright tends to have really good taste. So really great soundtrack. That's actually Brie Larson singing that Metric song in the movie. It's an actual Metric song, but they had her do the vocals on it, which is pretty cool. It has both versions of that.
I love that indie rock sound that with those guitars and that bass. Oh my God, I fucking love it so much.
All those songs were written by Beck. All the Sex Bob-omb songs, Beck wrote those.
Sex Bob-omb. Dude, when Scott jumps through the window to get away from knives, and she sees it, and then he reaches back in to grab his coat,
right.
and then he's running away behind her outside. Oh my God, man, it fucking makes me laugh every fucking time, dude.
I asked Rob, so in comparison, what did you think of the comic book? Since we're supposed to be talking about the comic book, technically.
Well, it's the same fucking thing. I don't know what to say. It's perfect. It was a perfect adaptation. Even better, I think. I think the movie, they tweaked it to where I liked it even more than the comic.
And they stayed true to the comic. So.
And they stayed true. Well, I only read the first volume, but I'm assuming like everything was like match for match during the first volume. So I figured the rest of the volumes went just like that.
Well, like Shawn said, you're changing mediums, so you have
His phone is like blowing up. Turn your phone off.
Alexa. His security system, because he lives in such a rough neighborhood.
He lives in like the richest neighborhood in Memphis, and he's like, They're coming to get us.
Locking down. He's got a safe house. I mean, a safe room somewhere in there.
Man,
I'm
I got
sure.
a family. I got to protect the family.
Yeah.
Got to lock down the compound.
So
got the security doors closing.
You can still change things, but be true to the comic. I mean, it's incredible.
And that's always the key. It's like, I've never been one to be a purist and be like, oh, they changed this and that and the other. But when they do make changes that don't make sense, that aren't true to the original spirit of the comic, that's when I get upset, or true to the characters, or true to the costumes and stuff. That's the stuff that tends to piss me off. This is something where they tweaked it, because when we're switching mediums, you're going to have to change stuff. That's just how it works, because it's a different medium. It can't be exactly the same. Edgar Wright and Brian O'Malley both recognize that not everything can be identical, and they adapted it in a way that improved it, and it was fucking genius.
That's what I was going to ask you. Edgar Wright, did he do Ant-Man, or he was going to do Ant-Man?
He filmed a lot of Ant-Man, and then he quit, or for whatever, overcreated. So that made me salty, because
what else did he do?
Hot Fuzz.
Edgar Wright. He's in Hot Fuzz, Shaun of the Dead.
Oh, that's Edgar Wright. Okay.
End.
Okay.
He's an amazing filmmaker. Baby Driver. Like he's done so much stuff.
I gotta look and it's all good. What he looks like.
It's so good.
Is he in any of those movies, or is he just directs?
He's just a director.
And
a writer.
I don't know if you know this, but Todd went to Vegan Academy.
What makes vegans better anyway? It's just science or whatever. Like, if you do the science, dude, all that stuff is so funny, man. He's like, me and Maggie all the time are always like, chicken isn't vegan. Like, just bread makes you fat. Like, dude, there's so many great lines in that fucking movie.
Sometimes I let him do the wide shots when I want to go get blazed in my Winnie.
That's
he did Baby
hilarious.
Driver. Okay.
He just
said that. Yeah.
No, I didn't hear you say that. I wasn't listening.
No, I talk and no one listens. Story of my life. Steve literally listens to the podcast the next day so he can hear what I said, and then he sits there and responds. Then
I'm on top of things tonight.
Yeah,
I'm very in tune with this podcast. The kaiju battle was great with the twins.
Yes.
Oh man, so much stuff is just like, where the hell is this coming from?
You're talking about the movie now.
Yeah.
But so yeah, the comic, I give it a full 3 stars. Honestly, I think the movie improves on some stuff. I think Ramona and Scott's date goes on a little too long in the comic. Towards the end there, that's like my only issue with the actual comic book, but is very much worth a read. I recommend it. 3 stars, 3 out of 4.
Steve's all right with that because the love story is what drew him in.
He's only into the Matrix for the love story.
Damn! I wish
if
this
that's
last
true,
movie...
Steve, then you would have loved the last Matrix movie,
right?
Dude, I wish that last movie would have had fucking Scott Pilgrim fighting in it. God damn, these scenes were so great.
Or even just Matrix fighting. Matrix fighting that
he punched the highlights out of her hair. Fight!
Oh, he's like, what? I'm not afraid to hit a girl.
And the whole time I'm thinking that, I was like, Superman can't say that. Because that's all I could think of when I was seeing. Dude, when Wallace is falling, he's asleep, and then they just cut to his hand and the phone. The phone is open because he texted Scott's sister.
And then all the moments when somebody comments on Scott's hair, and then the very next cut, he has a hat on that he did not have in his possession before. Just fucking genius. And that's Edgar Wright though. Those quick cuts. Yeah. That's what he's like when you watch. That's why I want you guys to watch Hot Fuzz. Like that's on my list because I know you've seen it, but I don't think you appreciate it because clearly I've only watched it like one time. I've watched
I've seen it like 6 times.
I've watched it at least I've watched it at least 3 times, but it's been a long time.
Some of those jokes are just...
It is 90% better than Cobra Kai. I do like movies you recommend.
So,
I like World's End. A lot of people didn't like that. I
like World's End too. It's not
okay.
not as good as Hot Fuzz or Shaun of the Dead, but it's very enjoyable. It's very funny.
I just watched Shaun of the Dead last night. It was on
great
some
movies, man.
channel.
Like that whole Cornetto trilogy.
I couldn't stop watching
really it. It's great. Like it's just they're so smart. Like that's the stuff. So like I'm still working on my novel. I'm still making progress, slow and steady. But I don't even think about that. Like when I'm writing, that stuff is so far above my writing level that I'm just like, no, I just need to write on a made for TV movie level. That's all I'm going for, really. Like
Dude,
I'm not. But I think of like Edgar Wright though. I'm like, dude, that's so far above me.
You could be on the Hallmark Channel.
Thanks. Something to aspire to. I don't think my material would be appropriate.
What are you going for then? I mean, if you're not
it's
going
not
for
romance, I could tell you that. I am not a romance writer.
I'm sorry. Steve's going to write something for the Hallmark Channel.
Steve could do Hallmark
Dude,
Channel.
I'm going to write a musical. I'm going to try and get a musical going. That's what I'm going to write.
If I had any musical talent, I would, but.
Oh, dude, that one panel that I was telling you last week that I fucking laughed so hard. It was when Scott was explaining a movie to Wallace, and Wallace like, that's not how that went at all. And Scott's like, he's like, okay, maybe I didn't watch that movie very carefully. And I just thought, I was like, oh, that's so me. I was like, okay, maybe I didn't watch that movie carefully.
I do remember, and I forget what they were talking about, but yeah, he had this completely different description of the movie. And it was like Sleepless in Seattle or something like that.
Yeah,
I forget what it was.
That sounds right.
Completely,
you got mail or Sleepless in Seattle.
Yeah,
it was one of those.
It was me and Sean. We'll watch the same movie and come out with completely different outcomes.
Right.
Oh yeah, dude, so this is a 3. The comic was a 3 for me. I enjoyed the dialogue, but I'm with you. The movie I thought tweaked it a bit and I'll give it 3.5, 4. I fucking love this movie.
Excellent.
I could watch this over and over again too.
Does anybody really care what I think?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why
I give it
listening.
a 3. It was good.
3 out of 4.
I read the comic and like it was an easy read. That's what I like. It's not hard on the eyes.
Plus, you kind of know some of it already. You know how it's going to go. Yeah,
it does help when you can you have those voices in your head already.
Dude, I always have voices in my head, bud.
That movie, it's got to be.
I don't think that's a good thing.
I'm putting this in my top 10, man. Like
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, I love this movie. Good. It's not because I just saw it. Like I've watched it so many times before.
So what's your number 1 movie?
The Matrix.
What's number 2? Matrix Return.
Well, Scent of a Woman's in there.
See, I can't even do a straight up like anymore. I can't just say I have one favorite movie. Like I have so many. Sometimes my favorite movie is RoboCop. Sometimes my favorite movie is Ghostbusters. Sometimes my favorite movie is the first 3 Star Wars movies. Like I don't have like a favorite movie. I guess I have a bunch of favorite movies.
I guess fair. I kind of just try and think of the ones I've watched the most, that I can continue to watch.
And what would those be? What do you watch the most?
Everything you just said. Star Wars, Matrix.
You haven't watched Braveheart's up there for you. Didn't you watch Braveheart like every day for like...
We did watch that a lot. Because Sean and I went to the theater. It was a funny story. Like, our parents were going out with their friends and they invited us to go see Braveheart. And Sean and I like, we're not going to fucking see some old person's movie.
Well, we thought it was going to be a love story. And it was. But we didn't realize it was going to have all this awesome action in it. So we went and saw Johnny Mnemonic, which was not... a good movie, it turned out, to go see.
That was our biggest fail.
Right. No, it was not our biggest fail. Our biggest fail was go to see Batman and Robin after having seen Batman Forever. That was the dumbest thing we could have done. And then Ultraviolet. That was another one that we were both...
I was going to say Ultraviolet was a big fail.
Because like we'd seen Equilibrium. We both loved Equilibrium. We were all set for this director's next movie. And then we're like, what the fuck was that? It was so disappointing. But yeah, definitely Johnny Mnemonic over Braveheart, though.
Batman and Robin, that was worse, though.
Oh, so because
dude, that was terrible. That was horrible.
Yeah, I still don't understand why people. I don't understand why people act like Batman Forever was okay. Even like Batman Forever was just as bad as Batman and Robin. I don't understand
what was that.
Was the one before Batman and Robin?
That was slightly better.
Was that Val Kilmer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think
the guy playing Batman wasn't the problem. Like, it wasn't George Clooney's fault. It wasn't Val Kilmer's fault. It was the writer-director's fault. Like, that was the issue there. It had nothing to do with the actors that they cast in those roles.
Batman and Robin was so bad. I forgot Batman Forever. I don't even remember what that movie was about.
Who directed that? Was that Joel Schumacher too? Batman Forever?
So.
Okay, so he did the last two.
And I remember walking out of Batman Forever and saying to Steve, I am never seeing another Batman movie by that guy again. And then smash cut to 2 years later, walking out of Batman and Robin, and I'm like, I am never seeing another Batman movie by that guy again. But I just love Batman so much that I'll go. So Doctor Strange looks way better than those Batman movies, but I just have no interest. But I will go see a Batman movie all day, any day, because it's fucking Batman. I just love Batman, but I don't love Doctor Strange. Don't care about it. I think the difference for me too is it's the same thing for me as when I was growing up and reading comics. I didn't read all the comics, and I didn't want to read all the comics. Now, I didn't get to read all the comics I wanted because they cost money, but I picked the comics based on the characters I liked first and foremost. Then eventually I got familiar with the creators, and sometimes I'd buy stuff based on the creators. But I never picked up a Doctor Strange comic because it didn't interest me. I'd seen him in some other comics. And to this day, picking the movies is the same thing. Like, I don't need to see every Marvel movie at this point. Like, I feel like I got a satisfying ending. And I'll be choosy like I was in my comic book days where it's like, oh, I'll watch this one or I'll watch that one. Like, I didn't see Black Widow in the theater. I didn't see Shang-Chi in the theater. I don't regret that. I have no regrets. They were fine movies. I don't feel like I missed anything by not seeing them in the first month they were out. I don't think I'm going to miss anything. Like, and don't get me wrong. I know there's going to be a lot of stuff in Doctor Strange. I know Patrick Stewart's in it. I know, they're talking about Deadpool.
But I feel like show up and be like, hey, what's up?
But my issue now is that it's everything's becoming very gimmicky, and it's also very predictable. It's like, well, yeah, you have access to the whole Marvel universe. No one is a surprise at this point. You know what I mean? Like, you own the rights to all the Fox movies. If Hugh Jackman shows up, that's not a surprise. Like, people are going to be excited, member berries. But for me, it's a gimmick. It's just like, I liked it better when they were focused more on, they had that tight core, of the Avengers. That was like the main focus of the last two Avengers, and they had the other characters they brought in and stuff. But
dude, I don't even care about all the surprise stuff. I think it just looks good. Like, it's going to be a good story.
Yeah, and that's why you should go see it. Like,
No, I'm going to.
Yeah, we are. Like, I'm not telling anybody not to go.
After your scathing review of Batman, I might not go see that now.
It was a 5 out of 10. It's not scathing.
That's pretty scathing.
That's not good. You could at least give it a 6.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
It was just very middle of the road. I got to go straight down the middle. There was
a 6. I might have gone and saw it.
Yeah. Now I don't know if I want to
go. You should go and see it.
Well,
you really
I'm definitely
should.
Going to the matinee if I get.
Definitely go to the matinee. But yeah, it's.
Did you hear about
very middling?
AMC's surge pricing? Like, they're charging more for Batman. I was like, that's fucked up, man. They're just trying to recover all those losses. It's like, that's bullshit. They know people are going to go see it, so they're like,
because they're not doing that by selling you popcorn and a drink for.
I know, but like, they're already raping us. Why they're going to rape us some more? You fucking
now they're
assholes.
Raping you on the movie, dude. It's like you're making a killing
because they know we're going to see it.
Do you have AMC theaters down there?
No. We do, but they're not close.
I think we have like 2. We barely have any up here in my where I live anyway. I know we have one in like Parma that I've never been to. And I think there's one out in like Great Northern, maybe out that way.
We have Malco.
Yeah, most everything
Malco.
Mm-hmm. Malco.
So Cinemark and Regal are like the 2 main ones we have up here. But yeah, I'm sure there's other cities where there's a lot more AMC theaters. But yeah, I did see the price increasing stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I do want to see Batman again. I'm not going to see it in the theater. But man, it was just a little slow. It was a low energy movie. I wanted something more kinetic, like a Christopher Nolan movie that just fucking moves. And not that I want everybody to rip off Christopher Nolan. There's room for a moody, atmospheric Batman. But I don't know. I was just disappointed in the overall mystery and story. I've seen much better Batman stories. But I've seen way worse Batman stories too, though. So that's why, again, just right down the middle. just right down the middle.
I think I'm just going to watch Scott Pilgrim again instead of Batman.
No, you got to see it for the You tell me I got to go see Doctor fucking Strange. You won't go see Batman?
You could have just said, go see it for yourself and not said all that, and we probably would have went.
I'm not going to deprive the listener of an earlier review. And dude, Batman just means a lot to me. Dude, that 89 movie especially, that was like life-changing. That was so big.
Steve and I aren't going to go see it now.
Steve earns the power of saving money.
You guys suck.
Hey,
man.
Look at this new card I got.
Why do you care about my opinion all of a sudden? You shouldn't care about my opinion. Rob, you hate Cobra Kai and I love it. So why do you
hate it? You do. It's so bad. The acting is so bad. It hurts.
That's called hating it.
Dude, I was just doing that for the podcast. I'm going to fucking see it. Of course I'm going to go see it. It's fucking Batman.
Please go see
Batman and Robin. Of course
I don't know that I will. I might wait for it to come out now.
But again, you shouldn't care. I'm the guy who
want to go to
the
movies, though. I like going to the movies.
You should go see it.
I probably
it's a cinematic experience.
I'm not like Sean who stands on a pedestal and is like, that movie's not good enough for me. I'm not going to see that.
There's no pedestal. Hours. It's just taste. It's just
I don't know if
I like what I like.
Watch it without a pause button.
That's the issue. Like I said, I literally I was like, I limited my fluids before I left. I didn't drink anything while I was there because I didn't want to have to be the person. Everybody in that fucking theater got up but me. When I was younger, it was fine. My bladder was a lot better. Now,
dude, if you're going to have a 3-hour movie, you need a goddamn intermission.
Right.
You know?
At least a 10-minute intermission.
What the hell?
Is it exactly 3 hours over
It's a little bit under because if you don't stay for the credits, it's about 2 hours and 50 minutes. So if that helps, 2 hours and 45 maybe. Somewhere around.
I'm going to see it. I'm
Good.
Try and get
please go see it.
Because you didn't invite me, you jackass.
Why? Of course I'm going to try and get off work early. You ain't going to be done at noon.
He couldn't wait for me. You could be like, hey, you want to go to the movie?
Well, I'm trying to see when there's nobody there.
Yeah, you'd rather go by yourself than go with me. That's my point.
Yeah, in a less filled theater.
That's pretty effed up, man.
No, it's just because I don't want to.
Sean, help me out here. You see where I'm going with that?
No, I would rather, because you remember, I risked COVID for fucking Eternals. We're at a very low for COVID right now. So, like, I was looking at that. I think
I'll wait.
We're averaging like 7 cases or 13 cases a day in Medina County now. Like
2 hours and 2 hours and 56 minutes. Ooh, man.
Yeah, that's what 3 hours means, Rob.
I'll wait for you.
Yeah, but you were like, you weren't sure. You're like,
No, I was talking if you don't stay, because that's with the credits. Are you going to stay through the credits? If you're going to stay through the credits, then you're looking at 2 hours, 56 minutes. I was probably there about 2:45, 2:50.
All right, I'll go with you. A packed theater's not as bad with the recliner chairs.
I don't want to go now. Forget
it. I'll go. I thought you weren't going at all anyway.
Why don't you call me and we'll talk about it?
It's a social thing.
It'll have to be a weekend.
I would rather have gone to see it with somebody. I'm dying to talk about it now. I can only talk about it in very general terms because you guys haven't seen it. And I don't want to spoil anything. But I would love to have gone with somebody that I could have talked to about it afterwards. Because that's for me, that's a huge part of the movie experience is just the talking, the social part of it, but not with strangers.
Yeah, so you should go see Doctor Strange so we can talk about it, the social part.
I'll talk. I'll join in that conversation. Like, it's let me guess. I have predictions for Doctor Strange. I don't often make predictions. Here are my predictions.
You always make predictions.
I make very general predictions. I'm going to make very specific predictions. And they are that
he read the inverse article.
I haven't read anything.
I'm kidding, man.
I don't want to hear your predictions.
My predictions are that
he's gonna tell you anyway.
We're gonna have multiple versions of Wanda. We're gonna have evil Wanda and good Wanda. We're gonna evil Doctor Strange, good Doctor Strange, multiple Doctor Stranges.
We saw that from the preview.
I don't care about any of that though. That's my thing. Like I just don't care about. It's the Marvel universe has gotten so big that I can't care anymore. Like when the threat is so big that it affects multiple universes, I'm just like, you're losing me. Like I'd rather watch something like even Spider-Man Homecoming, like where he just saved Tony Stark's shit from being stolen by the Vulture. Like that's more interesting to me than saving all the multiverses. Like that's to me, that's a more entertaining story. A story like RoboCop, where it's literally just some dude against a corporation trying to get his identity back. Like, like that's way more interesting to me than having 300 versions of Doctor Strange running around. It's like, I don't even like the one version we have. I don't need more. Like, I don't need more Doctor Strange.
But you know, your prediction might not come true. That's why you go see the movie.
I mean, you're right. But here's what else I predict, though. We're going to have Captain Carter. Captain Carter's going to show up. She's going to be in. We're going to get Peggy. We're going to get a lot of stuff from the What If.
We're going to get a lot of What If. Yeah, that's
why
they set that shit up.
Yeah,
well, we already got evil Doctor Strange,
so. And then we're gonna get
I can't
stuff
wait
from
to see Haley, whatever her name is,
the Fantastic Four and the X-Men universe, and potentially Deadpool. I feel like the Deadpool thing will just be a cameo at most, though. I don't feel like they're gonna do anything with his character a lot.
Dude, I don't even care what they do for teasers. I just want to see them. I think the story looks exciting.
Yeah, well, and that's why you should go see it.
But I like Venom.
I'm not arguing. Like, this is not an argument. I'm just stating why I don't want to see something. I want everybody to go see it. I don't have anything against it. It's just not.
We're just egging you, man. We're just making you rant.
Well, no, but Rob's always like, well, this is why I'm going to go see it. I'm like, bro, I'm not telling you not to go see it. Please go see the movie.
We all know you're going to see it.
I don't do what you say.
I'm not going to the theater, though, because I'm done with the theater. Because
I did do that with the last Doctor Strange. It was like a year before we fucking even could talk about it.
Because I didn't care.
That was fine. We didn't have the podcast at that point. Now we're suffering here because the best we got the most.
I think Steve and I will just talk about it, and you'll just
that's what I want.
Fucking spoil it for you.
That is what I want. That's what I mean. I'm not against it. I'm indifferent to it. I don't care. You can tell me everything that happens in the movie, and I will listen happily. Because I want to know, I just don't want to devote the time to watching it.
Dude, I get it. I totally get it.
And plus the theater experience. I am very disillusioned with the theater experience right now. All I can hear is people chewing and opening things, and it's driving me insane because I'm getting older and more insane in my old age, and everything irritates me more and more. So,
dude, you don't interact with anybody but your family. Like for the last
that's
6
how I
months.
like it.
That's what I'm saying. You're never around people.
Yes. And that's why though, because they irritate. And now that I get back into the world, I'm like, oh, this is why I don't interact with people. And it just irritates me even more now. But yeah, like all that's happening.
Smacking popcorn out of kids' hands.
When
oh shit.
It'd be different if I went out in the world and was like, oh wow, I missed this. I don't miss it, it turns out. I'm very content. I have this wonderful television. Have I mentioned my television? I have this wonderful television that looks fantastic. And I can pause shit. I can make my cheapest shit popcorn with fucking copious amounts of butter on it. I can do that here. And I can go pee. I can sit there and drink 6 fucking Cokes if I want and not worry about missing anything.
This is the first time he saw daylight in over a year.
Yeah, he was socially awkward before, like as long as we've known him, and now he's just like off the fucking deep end. He has no idea how to react.
I'm filled with hate for most of humanity, and a lot of this is just a reaction to the Trump thing, like finding out that I was right about all these people all those years where I thought everybody was stupid. And it's like, oh, I was right. And
man, that's a bummer. Like some people I'm just like, oh man, Trump, really? God, I thought you were kind of cool.
Dude, I saw
Are they starting to say that?
What?
Oh, I thought you were talking.
No, I don't say that to people. But I'm judging them, you know, like I know I shouldn't, but I'm like, really? Like, come on, man.
Dude, really? He's like backing Putin. And now, and people still love him. I mean, the dude could do it. And like I said, like Shawn said, he could literally go up, shoot somebody in the head, and just be like, they'd love him.
I saw a clip on Instagram or TikTok or something of this comedian. I've never heard of him before. He goes by Earthquake. I guess he has a special on Netflix. I'm going to check it out.
Wasn't he a wrestler? I thought he was a wrestler.
Probably, but this guy was not a wrestler. Just
remember that dude?
I think it's just the
Coco
same name.
Beware.
But it's just this one little bit, and this bit was enough to make me go, okay, I got to remember this name. I got to watch his special. But he's like, man, he's like, Trumpers, you can't tell them nothing about Trump. They will deny up and down. And then people ask me like, hey man, Earthquake, what kind kind of woman you looking for? He's like, I'm looking for somebody like a Trump supporter. I'm looking for somebody like them. I'm looking for somebody that like somebody says to my girl, said, I think you got another woman. And she's like, fake news. That's fake news. He's like, that is deep state shit. Like I was just dying because that's exactly how they act. They're just like, no, this dude can do no wrong. And he has a much better delivery. Obviously, my delivery was terrible. He has much more colorful language, including language I'm not even allowed to use. But it's fucking. I was like that clip right there. I was like, I got to see his special now. Earthquake, I believe, is his name, and that I was just it to me it was just one of those moments where I was like, oh my god, he's so right about these fucking morons. Like, no matter what that you say about fake news, it's fake news. No matter what they hear about this dude, it's just if they don't like it, it's just fake news. Like, wow, what a way to live. What a way to go through life. My kids still bring up to me your friend, Steve, your friend who claimed that his dog got a ballot in the mail and then had offered no proof of said ballot, which just blows. Because Mason's always saying to me, he's like, "Hey, father, do you have Crowley's ballot, voting ballot?" And I'm like, "No, I threw it out, bro. Threw it out. Didn't think it was of interest to anyone. Just threw it right in the trash."
I would love to see that. If that's true, man. I would love to see that.
Again, no matter, and I'm not saying it as a Republican or Democrat or anything. I would just love to see that. I would like, holy shit! If you have that, I want to see that. But yeah, oh yeah, got one for my dog. Can you believe it? No, I can't actually. Let me see that. No, I just threw it out. What? You threw out a ballot mailed to your dog? Like nobody's doing that. No one's doing that. That is going on Facebook immediately. I'm framing that.
I don't have it, but you believe me, right?
Right. I have no evidence of this thing that I should easily have evidence for. But yeah.
Anybody watch the State of the Union?
Fuck no.
I can't watch Biden try and read a teleprompter. It's just so bad. I'm like,
dude,
it's so painstaking. Like I just can't do it anymore.
There was a Republican that said Biden put him to sleep, and I was like, yeah, dude, I totally get it.
Dude, I can't watch him anymore. Like, I was like, I'm sure
so painful to watch.
It's brutal, man.
And then I'm just like, this is what we had to do to make sure we won against Trump. We had to elect this guy. And then people are like, "Oh, look at your guy by." It's like, that's not my boy. This was just something so we didn't have to have your boy. Like, I don't think you get it. We're not fanatical about
guy.
Right.
That's all
it is. Is making sure that guy's not in there. We're not fanatical about this dude. All right, calm the fuck down. We will never have T-shirts of any presidential candidates because we're not fanatical about politicians, about professional liars. That's not something. We're a little bit too smart for that over here. Get fanatical about a fucking politician. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh. I don't know if Keanu Reeves runs. I might have to get a T-shirt.
Dude, you were all up. What was the guy that
Yang? Steve. Yang. Steve was up.
Oh
yeah, he was buying the Yang merch.
Dude,
I still would be Yang if he would have. Dude, hell yeah, dude. I'd still be with him if he would have fucking stayed in the Democratic Party.
Dude,
now he's fucked my world, man.
His mayor run.
He's like, here, give me a vote for the Freedom Party. Fuck you. I'm trying to not make Donald Trump president again. I can't vote for fucking you. Get 6% of the fucking vote.
Right. And that's all it came down to. Like, we got to back this fucking douche that the Democrats have put up here.
I was so angry when he fucking started that party. I was like, dude, you have everything most every ideal that, I hold in high regard. And I was like, dude, you would be perfect if you would have stayed in the Democratic Party, you fucking dickhead.
You think he'll try and maybe jump on as vice president on a ticket or something?
I don't know, man.
Who the hell's gonna run for Democrats? We got no shot.
No,
there's nobody out there. They're
dude,
all fucking idiots.
I'm already waiting for another Trump presidency.
It's ridiculous.
Like the Democrats silence anybody who has something real to say, like Bernie Sanders. They're like, no, put that dude. Right. That guy wants real change. They're like, no, we don't want real change.
And you got the far left. It's like, dude, you guys take it easy. Slow down.
That's me. I'm the far left. I'm like, dude, we need to go in there and make serious fucking change.
Yeah, man, it's not going to happen. You're never going to get a goddamn corporations.
Vote. Yeah, now with that attitude, But look at
You're
dude,
not.
I never thought Trump had a chance in hell, and look at what he did. I thought this guy's an insane moron, and everybody could see it.
Now,
I was wrong.
You're Democratic Socialist. You're not far left.
I don't know what
you're not far
even,
left.
Even far left. I'm like,
you don't want to censor everybody.
Well, no, I'm not like politically correct guy. I don't care about that shit.
That's far left, man.
Oh, okay. I just mean that I want real change, and I want things to really help people. I want the lower class to not have to be the lower class anymore. Like I want the lower class to actually feel like the middle class, like the lower class felt in the 80s.
Right.
The lower class in the 80s, the blue collar guys were taking 2 fucking Disney vacations a year and shit, you know? Now the lower class is working 3 jobs. Yeah. They're not going anywhere. They don't even have paid time off.
That's because we keep paying $2 more to see Batman. We keep giving it to them. Like we have to actually. Fault. Yeah, it's like we have
your rad card.
We have to make a stand. These fuckers.
Yeah, we need real fucking change, and it ain't gonna happen on Twitter. None of that shit matters. I hate that people react to that too. Dude, I saw a trailer, Batman, that I want to, is a new Nicolas Cage movie that I have to see. It's Nicolas Cage and Pedro Pascal, and it's called like the something about the unbearable weight of extreme talent. That's not the correct title. It's something along those lines. But Nicolas Cage plays Nicolas Cage, and I have got to see this movie.
Is it like being John Malkovich?
No, it's not like that. But he plays himself. And he plays like a parody of himself though. And the setup from the trailer is that like he's kind of like done with acting or whatever. And then he ends up being friends with this guy's like this rich guy pays him $1 million to come be at his party or whatever. You know, kind of like how rich people pay Beyonce to play events or whatever. So he pays Nicolas Cage to attend this party, and they end up becoming friends. And then the U.S. government approaches Nick Cage. They're like, hey, this guy is like a major drug dealer. You need to help us take him down. So Nick Cage has to help take down Pedro Pascal, the drug dealer. And it looks funny as shit, dude. It looks funny and smart. And I want to see that. I'm not going to the theater though. But
of course not.
Not going to the theater. Theater experience has been ruined for me. There's probably 10 to 15 people at the theater, and 4 of them were sitting next to me, basically, like in front of and behind me. And I was just like, why? I bought my ticket. There was 2 other people that bought tickets. They were 8 rows ahead of me. And now I got all the idiots that are like, let's go see it with this guy. Like, I fucking hate these people so much.
I looked at the showing for tomorrow, and it was all in the middle, you know?
Yeah.
And there was maybe 1 straggler on the end, but I was like, I can't get off early enough because it's so fucking long. Like I'd have to get done working at like freaking 11 or something. It's just like, cause I got.
You guys should go see it together and then call me so we could talk about it.
Yeah, we'll go see it together, Rob. It'll be a weekend though, so it'll be packed.
I'm so sad that the only movie that was worth seeing when we were together was Eternals. It's so upsetting. Like,
we did get to see Hellboy when I came up to Ohio. That was cool.
That was very cool.
Yeah.
That movie bombed horribly.
All the movies we like are just
right.
It wasn't that bad of a movie either. I thought it was very
a solid flick, dude. I thought it was more entertaining than this Batman movie. A lot more action. A lot faster paced anyway. Yeah.
Milk and eggs, bitch.
Milk and eggs, bitch. That's something else Maggie and I always say too. Milk and eggs.
Hey,
bitch.
remember when he went into Schwartzman's palace or whatever at the end, and there was that guy at the elevator. He was talking, and he said something about, the comic book's always better than the movie or something like that. I just thought it was funny.
Oh yeah. Oh, that Cuomo guy.
Yeah.
Is that who you're talking about, Cuomo?
Yeah.
He had a line too that was really funny that reminded me of like hipsters, and also I think how some people view me. But he was like, well, their first album was actually better than their first album, and then he just kind of he looks real confused all of a sudden at his own statement.
Yeah, that's what he said when he first before the before Nega Scott.
Right. Do you know a girl who looks like this? Yes, that's Ramona Flowers.
Yeah, I love it how like in the movie he showed like a drawing he did, and then in the comic he just put his fingers up to his ears, like, you know, a girl that looks like this.
Yes, that's Ramona Flowers.
Yeah, and immediately he was like, yeah. That's
fucking genius. I think the biggest
great
takeaway from this episode is please watch Scott Pilgrim, especially if you haven't seen it. Go see Batman if you want, but Scott Pilgrim will be a much more fun experience. Most likely. Everybody has different taste. Because again, Batman is not a bad movie. I know you think I scorched it, but it's not a bad movie by any means. It's just, it's slow.
It's the worst Batman movie you've seen yet, but it was good.
No, it's just not bad. It's in the middle. It's not good. It's not
won't
bad.
even say it's good.
Well, no, it's because it's in the middle. It's not bad, but not bad is better than being bad.
Yes.
If you say not bad, I think good then.
Not bad. There's like a range there. There's like bad, there's like okay, and then there's good. It's okay. It's right there in the okay. It's fine.
Steve, I'm with you because my wife does it. Like, she'll ask me, what's this taste like? I was, it's not bad. And they'll be like, oh, so it's not good? I'm like, no, it's actually pretty good. It's not
I'm
bad.
not Molly. And to me, you're
saying the same thing, though.
No, I'm saying there's an in-between. There's bad, there's fine, and then there's good. There's things like that you want to see over and over. That's something good. There's something that's fine, which is like, oh, I didn't have a bad time, but it's not something I need to watch again. And then there's bad, and it's like, I can't believe I had to. There's like Eternals bad. Like, that's what it's like. That it ain't no fucking Eternals, I'll tell you that. Eternals felt longer, I'll tell you that. So do what you will with that.
That was pretty long.
Feels longer than the Batman.
I'm totally confused now. I have no idea what's going on.
There could be in between good and bad. You can have fine. You can have okay. Fine. And that's what this is. It's just okay. It's like a McDonald's hamburger. It's not good. It's not bad, but you know, it'll do something for you if you're in the right mood. It ain't no fucking Swenson's.
Hey, I went back to that. Remember that Taco Bell I was telling you I went to, and they were so low staffed. The lady was like, you can only order a number 1 or a number 4.
Right.
So I went back there. Yeah,
you went back.
They're still having trouble. She did the same thing. Number 1 or number 4. I was like, really? It's been 2 weeks. You haven't fucking staffed anyone since then. Please, somebody raise the pay.
Yeah, they won't pay. That's like what it comes down to,
dude. There's a Burger King that, like, I think they had to close because they couldn't get any help.
Well, that's what she was saying.
I saw a sign that said open when I drove by it, and there was like nobody in the parking lot. Yeah, and that's where I'm at with the Burger Kings here. I'm like, y'all can keep it.
Yeah,
that's why if I ever crave a Burger King, I will not go to you again.
That's why she was like number 1, number 4. She's like, I'm here by myself. You get one of these. But they were both like tacos. One was Doritos Locos taco, and one was just regular taco. I was like, you couldn't even throw in a burrito to mix things up.
She's not putting anything out except for ground beef, lettuce and cheese and sour cream and taco shells. She's not doing fucking soft taco flours. She's not doing burrito flours.
No.
She's just doing straight.
Yeah. And like everybody in front of me, they would go away and not buy anything. You know, they're like, fuck that. And I'm like, I'll have a number 4.
That would be me.
I don't know how some of these places are staying open because it must mean that the franchise, whoever owns these franchises, they've made so much money that they could literally just not make any money for like 2 years and still be open. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It's insane. Yeah. It's insane.
Well, that's what I was talking to Logan about this week, like with all the PPE loans or whatever they were, all the trillions of dollars that was given to corporations. I was like, look, if they had given that to people, individual people, that money would have gotten recirculated, and the businesses that deserve to stay open in a true capitalist society. I keep getting told capitalism is the best. Okay, well, in a capitalist society, corporations don't get socialism, and that's what's happening. Corporations get socialism. We get next to nothing. But here's what happens in that society. We go out and spend the money. We keep the businesses open that deserve to be open. If a government has to give you money to stay open, then I guess you don't deserve to be open. I don't care. Like, I don't care how big or small your business is. If you deserve it, you'll thrive. And that's because that's what would happen if you gave that money to people. The only people sitting on money are rich people. The rest of us are fucking spending money. Bro, the rest of us are out there buying food.
Have to.
Exactly. Exactly. So if you want that, what did they do with that money? They just gave it to people who just sat on it. Again. Like, what the fuck?
And they have the money to sit on it and not pay people. Like, eventually people they run out of money, so they can't hold out for more money because they have to go to work. But these people, they can sit on it for a while because they got all the cash in the fucking world. So eventually, people got to go back to work, and they can keep paying them the shitty wages because people got to eat, man.
They have the audacity to blame inflation on the fact that they gave out a little bit of money to us, as if like, no, you're inflating prices because you want more money. Like every single thing I've read, I've sent you so many screenshots of that Dan Price guy. He's like, look at Kroger's profits, and here's what they're doing with it, and they're not giving people raises, and they're not, you know what I mean? They're just keeping it and redistributing it amongst rich people. And I don't know why the rich people don't understand that doesn't make for a good economy. You could still be super rich and still pay people. That's how rich they are. Like, they could pay people $25 an hour or whatever and still be multi-millionaires, multi-billionaires even. And they're like, no. And what gets me too is that it defeats that whole argument that we've been hearing for like 15 years about, or 10 years or so, about if we raise minimum wage $15, they're just going to replace you with a machine. Where's the fucking machine, man? Where are these machines? Where are the machines at the Taco Bell you keep going to there, Steve? I thought they were going to get replaced.
Number 1 or number 4?
Right. Like, it's all bullshit. It's all fucking propaganda from rich people so they could stay rich and you could stay poor, and they could keep making money off your hard fucking work. And the people, the reason those Taco Bells and these other Burger Kings aren't staffed is because other businesses were smart enough to raise their fucking wages. They're like, I guess if we want people to work for us, we got to pay them. So guess what? That's where the people went. Just like anybody does. They're going to go where the money is.
Yeah.
But like Rob said, somehow these franchises are still fucking open.
It's incredible.
And I love that. What did Dan Price had? He had like a credit card evaluation company or something like that.
But anyway, credit card processing.
He paid everybody at least a $70,000, wage or whatever. Right. And everybody's doing great. They're thriving. Turnover's so low. Everybody's
they're more than that.
They're healthy.
It's more than that. It's not just the wages though. He changed up the whole system for how they get time off. He's like, if you need a day, take a day. It's none of my fucking business. Like, he started running it like a family. Like, truly, businesses are always like, we're family, except we'll also fire your ass at a heartbeat. Like, he started treating it like people need more time off. They need health care. They need child care. He started looking at all that. And now he has more applications than he knows what to do with. His business has grown exponentially. They used to only be in Seattle. Now they're in fucking Hawaii and all over the U.S. It's shocking. Yeah. It's like, wow, if you're just not greedy, it's weird.
That sounds much better than my job, where I fell off the back of the truck, almost died, and they wrote me up.
Right.
I was like, fuck you.
Right. What they write you up for?
I'm not signing this shit. I almost fucking died because there was a strap hanging down, and that I shouldn't have had the strap there. So that was my fault,
Yeah. It's like, they always find a way to blame you.
Yeah. I was like, go fuck yourself. Bullshit.
He changed up the whole culture and everything. Now, aside from paying people a living wage, which in Seattle, that is about a living wage because Seattle's very expensive.
That might be minimum wage in Seattle.
But it's not though. But yeah, he started paying people that $70,000. They were able to buy houses. They were happier. And again, like I said, childcare, healthcare, all that stuff factored into all this. And he ended up with happier workers. He lets his people work from home if they choose to. He doesn't force anybody to come in.
That shit sounds like socialism to me, Shawn.
It sounds like, what it sounds like to me? It sounds like somebody with like morals and a conscience ran a business, as opposed to who we have now, who keep telling us if you work hard, you'll make more money. That has not been true in so long. Like, I've worked hard and not gotten more money. But you know what I mean? Like, what are you talking about? That's such bullshit.
Yeah.
I love working
American
from
dream.
home.
You work hard, you could be a millionaire too.
Right.
No,
Meanwhile, all the millionaires have passed down that money. Most
exactly.
of them. Not all of them, but
Not
they
all,
knew
but
somebody. They knew
the
somebody
majority of them.
where they
Right.
invested in them. You know what I mean?
But you need money to invest. You need money. But yeah, a lot of millionaires, when you look at Bill Gates, he came from money. You look at Elon Musk, he came from money. A lot of these people that have money came from money.
Right.
And that's the reality. Now, it goes back generations, but that's the thing with wealth. It can transfer generationally. Donald Trump,
and plus,
he didn't earn that money. He fucking inherited that money.
The United States makes it easy for you to inherit that money tax-free.
Yeah.
That is a lot to do.
Well, I don't know. There's some stuff they shouldn't tax, in my opinion. But what they need to tax is actual corporations, though, and billionaires at the end of the fucking year.
Yeah, you made $1 billion here, pay $100 million in taxes.
Right, but instead there's some office building in an offshore in some island somewhere that has 3 million businesses being run out of it, apparently, because that's where they all keep their offshore accounts. I was reading about that. It was like this building just has like so many addresses because they're like, oh no, they just find ways around it.
Yeah, they try. That's what they do, and people are eating this shit up, man. They're like just feeding on that propaganda. I don't know how you get people to stop doing that shit
while they're poor, or not even necessarily poor, but while they're not rich. If you're not rich, then why are you fucking believing anything they're telling you? Like, if you're not pulling in more than $250,000 a year, you shouldn't be listening to anything they say.
I don't get it.
I don't get it.
I don't understand. I mean, if it does not benefit you, I mean, dude, like I said, if I was rich, I might have a total different view of how I vote. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I think even if I had money, I'd still, like, come on, certain things.
I would have a conscience about it. I absolutely would.
I say I would, but I don't know.
I know I would. I think living on welfare and knowing how important those programs are. While corporations get welfare and there's no oversight, they just distribute it to rich people. Fuck you. Like, I'm so tired of hearing about how welfare is the real drain. It's like, do you realize how small that is? What small portion of our taxes that is, compared to what billionaires don't pay in taxes, compared to what they get in government handouts. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. People got to come together.
They do. And you know what would be cool is if people read the Bible and understood it. And they were like, oh, you're supposed to help poor people. It says here. And they're like, no, fuck that, bro. Like, Jesus ain't mean that shit. That whole Sermon on the Mount Beatitude shit, he ain't mean that shit.
My son's
we don't
gay.
Help poor people.
My son is gay, so I have to kill him.
Right. Yeah. Right. That's my takeaway from the Bible. Gotta murder my son if he's gay. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, the fact that people claim to be Christians and don't want to help poor people, like, nah, they bought a flat screen TV. Logan was talking about that the other day, how Republicans say flat screen TV like it's some expensive ass thing nowadays. Like it's not commonplace to have a flat screen TV. like every TV isn't flat screen at this point, but
they're all flat.
Right. But not only that, but yeah, poor people, everybody needs something in their life that they enjoy. You know, like how, and you're going to begrudge them a TV when you just had an IMAX theater built on your fucking yacht. Fuck you. Like, how dare you? They spent $300 on a TV. How dare they? Oh my God.
What comic are we reading next week?
I have no fucking idea. I haven't even thought about it.
We're talking Demolition Man.
We got Demolition Man.
I meant 2 weeks from now. My bad.
Yeah, we got Demolition Man coming up.
Check this out. I got all new Firefly. Just started a new series, so I'm excited about that.
What are you talking about? Is it a cartoon?
No, there was Firefly, and now they just started another run called All New Firefly. I was like, all right, that's great.
No, explain that, please.
Explain what? It's a
new.
It's a different writer.
Cast of Firefly?
No, it's just a different comic run.
It's a new series.
Oh, it's a comic. I thought it was a movie.
Oh.
Or a TV show.
I'm sorry.
It didn't look like a comic book.
That's pretty big for a movie.
Well, back it up.
As big as my
frozen. Head. Okay, that looks better. Yeah, you're frozen, but it's by your head. So I got the size of it. Because you got a big head and it was a little bit smaller than your head.
Rob, right. You pick a comic.
I'm not picking a comic. I'm not picking anything.
Why not?
Because I don't want to.
I don't want to.
I don't want to. Well, you were talking about the Alien comics last week. Did you want to do those?
Yeah, I'm over that phase right now.
Nicky wants to do the Flash.
Wow, that phase passed quickly.
Yeah, I got over my Alien phase.
Oh.
Trying to figure out where the fuck. Hang on, there we go.
He goes through phases a lot quicker than he used to because he's got more time.
Is that what you think?
No, that's what I know.
Oh.
He really goes through.
Rob, do you think I don't work like just because I don't have like a normal job like you that I just don't do anything?
No. I think you're writing all the time too, but
I'm not writing all the time, and I do work a lot less hours. That's for goddamn sure. But I do work though. I absolutely do work. Why can't I find any of this? All right, so I guess we're not doing that. I guess we'll do.
Nailed it.
Whatever that was.
Well, I want to know what that was.
I was gonna do the first volume of Bone. You guys familiar with Bone?
Yeah. I thought we did Bone. Or you talked about it?
I read the first issue.
You read the first issue?
Cosmicology?
Comicsology?
Cosmetology?
Yeah. Let me see. Why can't I find anything on this? I thought it was on there for free.
Hey, did you how far did you get in the latest run of Batman? Did you meet Ghostmaker yet?
No.
Oh, okay. Rob said no.
Right?
I already know you didn't read it. Ghostmaker, he's a pretty cool character. He looks sweet. I thought you.
I have seen him. I have seen the character. I saw there was a figure, and I investigated him because he looked cool. But then they started acting like he was like the anti-Batman, and I'm like, he's supposed to be evil because he kills people. I hate that whole slant. That's another thing I think I'm just kind of sick of with Batman. Is like it's hard to take him seriously when he won't even murder you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're just gonna punch me. Like how seriously can you take the guy that won't even fucking?
Well, you can break your legs and shit. I mean,
I guess
send them to Arkham so they can escape.
That's not a nice thing.
Right.
You know how this
works.
It's
not ideal, but it's not. I don't know. All right, hang on. Let me see what this is. This is Bone Adventures. Is that the same thing?
What are you doing? Reading the comic before you're going to pick it? Jesus. Pick a fucking
Trying
comic.
To find it.
God damn,
trying to find this motherfucker.
You know, another minute goes by. I'm picking the Flash, dude. You got to hurry up.
You want to do the Flash? We'll do the Flash.
No, I don't want to.
I got nothing.
No, I don't want to do it.
Is there a good
Why don't you want to do the Flash?
Because I don't want to get fucking just ridiculed for 2 hours.
Why would you get ridiculed? Did you write it?
I don't want it. Can I pick something though?
What do you want to do?
Lady Mechanica, the first.
Is it on a platform?
I don't want to buy it.
Yeah, I'm not buying Lady Mechanica.
Yeah, I think you can read. I think you can read the first volume on Comixology.
All right, if Lady Mechanica is on here,
I bought them all, so you can just use mine. You can log in
over to your house and.
Yeah.
Hang on, Lee.
I
wanted to read something else called Queen and Country, but that's not available either.
It's the first volume. I think it's like 6 issues, maybe.
A Mechanica Volume 1.
What's the name of it? If you tell me, I'll know it.
It just says Volume 1.
Oh. Yeah.
1 of 7. It costs money. I'm not buying this.
I own them all. You can log in and read mine.
Dude, you can have to log in and log out.
All you gotta do is log in.
Nah, then I forget my password. I gotta find the other password. I gotta text Shawn.
Come on, man.
Ridiculous. I got everything set up now, like on Marvel and DC,
Dude,
where I don't have to.
Like logging in and out is so fucking hard.
It's horrible.
Give me a fucking break.
Rob is a boomer. This is hard work for him. He does not like it.
Fucking assholes.
This is hard.
Damn, I wanted you guys to I wanted to see your take on this one. I was
down.
All right.
I was in.
Rob, you can't log out and log in.
Fine. Whatever. I don't care. I'm just saying it's a big inconvenience. Not barely an inconvenience, a big inconvenience.
No, it's not at all. It takes 12 seconds. That's it.
Right, it takes longer than that.
How about this? I found something. It's on Comixology. It's the first volume.
I fucking hate you guys.
I didn't say it. Dude, I was in. What are you talking about? I said I was fine.
Hey, if you want me to do it.
No, let him go.
Buy me a copy and then send it to me.
I have all the hard copies. You can read them. I'll just give you a
copy. Shawn sent me the goddamn movie.
You can read a physical comic. I'll send all 6 of them to you.
All right.
You gotta drop them off at my house. You don't even know where I live anymore.
What are you talking about? I know where you live.
Oh yeah, I need to brag about that to everybody. I sent Steve and Rob each a copy of Demolition Man because it's important.
Very nice.
That was nice. Thanks, man.
He's like, you won't be excited when you open it because he sent me a picture from like my door. I was like, wait, dude, are you outside my door? Because I'm not home yet. And he's like, you won't be very excited. I was like, damn, dude, that was awesome. I was very excited.
I just didn't think you liked physical media, so I thought you were gonna be like, more clutter.
I'd rather get up and put the DVD in than have to worry about what goddamn password I'm using. And then it's a pain in the ass next time because then now you got to sign out of that. Then I don't know which email it's under. Then I got to figure out what the goddamn password is.
Jesus, you are a boomer, dude.
He's a
fuck
boomer.
It.
Fucking boomer.
Hate that shit. Tired of it.
All right, so I just got it's on Comixology Unlimited.
I thought we were doing Lady Mechanic.
No, it's the first volume of Neil Gaiman's Sandman.
Sandman.
I've already read it. Sweet.
I'm going to write that down.
Write that down, Bobby.
This will be a quick read for me.
An email.
I already know all about it.
So first volume of Neil Gaiman's Sandman. I read a little bit of here and there in the early 90s. Never really got into it, so this will basically be brand new to me. I don't really remember it. And they're doing a series. They're going to be, I think it's an Amazon series. I don't know. Maybe it's Netflix, but they're doing a Sandman series soon too.
Did you hear the ones where they have like star or actors reading it? Audible.
No.
I have not. Is this the first one, Sandman?
Yeah. The first volume of Sandman. Year? I don't know, but it's volume 1 of the. It's on Comixology. This is like talking to Cheryl.
Dude, because when I'm ready to read this, I want to just go and read it. Because then if I got to do too much stuff, I won't read it.
It's in my Comixology library. It's the only Sandman that's in there. That's how you'll know what it is.
So you'll go to Sean's Comixology, but not my Comixology.
Because
logged into mine.
He's got the passwords already in. I don't have to do anything.
I can't believe you argued over logging out.
Dude, so true. Dude, my wife, she'll make me change so many goddamn passwords. It fucking drives me crazy. Hey, I sent you a link for that password.
You guys are fucking pathetic.
I didn't do anything. How are you lumping me in here? What did I do? I was in.
You encourage it.
I didn't. Dude, I was down.
Send me a tweet next time.
He'd send you a tweet. I was in, so I don't appreciate getting thrown in here. I was down.
I don't care. I said I'd do it.
All right, I apologize. I'm sorry.
Thank you. That's all right. So first volume of Sandman is our next one. We'll get to Lady Mechanica. I'm down to let Steve has had enough of me subjecting him to what I like. He has his own taste developed now, so I'd be curious to read this Lady Mechanica.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll get to that.
Just remember, Steve, if you want me to participate, make it easy as possible.
So if you want, basically, what you're gonna have to do.
It doesn't get easier. I'm sorry.
Look, it does.
I bought my own DC. I have a prescription, a subscription.
I canceled my DC Infinite months ago. I can't believe you're still subscribed to
it. And I have a Marvel thing.
Well, I read the Flash every week.
Just for you guys, I spend like $20 a month
He spends $80 a day on cigarettes, though.
No, I don't. That could have been a pack of cigarettes, man.
But yeah, Steve, if you want us to read Lady Mechanica, here's my recommendation. You need to buy it for me, for my Comicology account.
No,
and then he will read
you
it.
Guys. Fuck you
I'm
guys.
just saying. That's what he'll do that then. He
Can't
won't
I
have
just
to log in and
transfer
out.
something to you that I already bought? Isn't that possible? Like,
yeah.
like
you want to
sharing
mail me a comic book?
You just spent $10 on a.
I feel like I should be able to send
card,
it to you since I bought it. You know, it's like using somebody else's HBO password or something. Why are we even talking about this? All he has to do is log out and log in. Why am I even fucking talking about this? I hate you, Rob.
I came up with this a solution. All right, so
we still
the longest podcast ever.
What do we have? 4 hours? We're as long as Batman.
Yeah, I have to pee. I've pissed myself.
All right, let's get out of here.
All right, we'll see you next week with the Demolition Man. Mellow greetings. All right.